Our divisions stem from this fact. The U.S. is a federation comprised of the whole or part of 11 regional nations, some of which truly do not see eye to eye with one another. The original North American colonies were settled by people from distinct regions of the British Isles, and from France, the Netherlands, and Spain, each with their own religious, political, and ethnographic characteristics. Throughout the colonial period, they regarded one another as competitors for land, settlers, and capital, and occasionally as enemies. Each of our founding cultures had its own set of cherished principles, and they often contradicted one another. The North colonies were settled by people from distinct regions of the British Isles, and from France, the Netherlands, and Spain. Yankeedom was founded by radical Calvinists as a new Zion, put great emphasis on education, local political control, and the pursuit of the greater good of the community, even if it required individual self-denial. The Dutch colony of New Netherland had a lasting impact on the continent's development by laying down the cultural DNA for what is now Greater New York City. Arguably the most American of the nations, the Midlands was founded by English Quakers. Pluralistic and organized around the middle class, ethnic and ideological purity have never been a priority, government has been seen as an unwelcome intrusion, and political opinion has been moderate, even apathetic. Tidewater is a fundamentally conservative region, with a high value placed on respect for authority and tradition, and very little on equality or public participation in politics. Greater Appalachia was founded by settlers from the war-ravaged lands of Northern Ireland, Northern England, and the Scottish lowlands, fostering a warrior ethic and a deep commitment to individual liberty and personal sovereignty. Intensely suspicious of aristocrats and social reformers alike, they despised Yankee teachers, Tidewater lords, and deep Southern aristocrats. They also gave the continent country music and evangelical fundamentalism. The Deep South was founded by Barbados slave lords as a West Indies-style slave society. For most of history, the region has been the bastion of white supremacy, aristocratic privilege, where democracy was a privilege of the few and enslavement the natural lot of the many. El Norte is the oldest of the Euro-American nations when the Spanish Empire founded Monterrey, Saltillo, and other northern outposts. El Norte in some way resembles Germany during the Cold War. Two peoples with a common culture, separated from one another by a large wall. The left coast was originally colonized by two groups, merchants, missionaries, and woodsmen from New England, and farmers, prospectors, and fur traders from Great Appalachia. It retained a strong strain of New England intellectualism and idealism, even as it embraced a culture of individual fulfillment. Today it combines the Yankee faith in good government and social reform with a commitment to individual self-exploration and discovery. The far west, due to environmental factors, it couldn't be effectively colonized without the deployment of vast industrial resources. As a result, the colonization of much of the region was facilitated and directed by large corporations headquartered in distant New York, Boston, Chicago, or San Francisco, or by the federal government itself. Unfortunately, for the settlers, their region was treated as an internal colony, exploited and despoiled for the benefit of the seaboard nations. The First Nation encompasses a vast region with a hostile climate. Its indigenous inhabitants still occupy the area, most of them having never given up their land by treaty, and still retain cultural practices and knowledge that allow them to survive in the region on its own term. New France, founded in the early 1600s, blended the folkways of French peasantry with the traditions and values of the Aboriginal people they encountered. Down to earth, egalitarian, and consensus-driven, the most liberal people on the continent,